Hi, I want to show you exactly what we did on this deal. Now, we wanted to make a little bit more on this property, but as it turns out, the market kind of dipped. Um, but we still had multiple exit strategies and we were able to still do well with this property. Now, this property we bought, um, we had private money to buy it, and I had private money to buy the land and private money to purchase the home. So we didn't have to use any of our own money up front for this deal. Now, that being said, it's just finding the right partners and being trustworthy. I have a lot of partners that trust me and I trust them, and you come up with great relationships. And so dealing with these business leaders and everything like that, you can make great connections. And it's so I just want to say that putting this deal together, I didn't have any money out of pocket other than I did have to pay some insurance. I did have to do some other things like getting the well inspected and some other things with the deal. But with this deal, it was kind of amazing. So I can tell you at the beginning how I was able to find this deal, and we made around 70,000 on the deal. Um, Now going forward, I think we can make more because we learned a lot of lessons. And so this is the first time I'm taking a raw piece of land and I'm putting a manufactured home on this land. Now, I have sold trailers in the past where they were already trailers. I fixed up the trailer. Oh, I'm not supposed to use trailer. I'm supposed to use affordable homes. Sorry. But it was a single wide trailer. So I've taken single wides, I've taken double wides, and I've fixed them up, and I've been able to flip them and being able to make profit. But I've never gone from a brand new home, taking from a vacant piece of land and being able to put a brand new home, get permits and all of that. So I'm kind of break down quickly what we did. I don't want to go long into it unless you want me to go long. And if you do, reach out to me and we can have a conversation. My email my email is below. I also have a free school community where you can take courses and you can contact me. I have meetings every week with the community and we talk about land and other things. So if you would like to meet with me, that's great. We can talk about your future and everything else. But going back to the deal, in this deal, like I said, no upfront cost, just because I had great business partners. And yeah, let's break down the deal. So I'm going to show you this first. Um, I'm not sure why that's always there, but let's go to here. I'm going to break this down. All right, we'll go into the address. So as you can see, it looks like a house. Um, so it's a very nice home. It's a Cavco product. If you don't know Cavco, it's not the low end, but they do have some high end stuff. But this was a great unit. So it's a double wide, came in two pieces. It was great. But let's go back to the deal. So as you can see below here, I missed it. Okay. So you can see we sold it. We bought it in 2024 at 17,500. Now, what we learned was we had a dealer that took their precious time. I'm not going to name any names, but that's why I became a dealer now. So now I'm a manufactured home dealer. Whenever I get the homes, I can get the homes straight away. I don't have to wait for a dealer and the incompetence and everything else that goes along with that. I'm not saying any names because they worked it out. It was great, but it took forever. Okay, that being said, we paid 17,500 for the lot. And how do I get these lots? Well, if you follow my courses online, I've got a free course, like I said before. You can get free leads from the county. Every county in the United States have free leads. well, mostly, I say most counties. I don't know all counties, but all the counties that I've dealt with, the leads are free. And you can get an Excel sheet of everybody who owns land in the county. They own houses, they own land, um, but you just have to go through the data and you find everyone who owns property in a state that lives out of the state. And you contact them to see if they'd be interested in selling because they're paying taxes on a piece of property that they don't live on. There's no house there, so you're not worried about kicking anybody out. There's nothing there but dirt. So in this case, it was dirt, but there was a caveat to this because even though it's dirt, they had some hidden gems that not many people, I'll say not many people, when you're looking at a piece of property, you got to look and actually see what's on the property. It's not just dirt. You got to see what was there before. So this person called in, had the piece of land, and was like, hey, I want to sell the property. I'm like, great. Okay. So I went to the GIS, which is the county's graphical image system, GIS. It's basically kind of like Google, but when you click on the property, it will tell you who owns the property. It's all public information. So every county has a GIS. You can put the address in and it pulls up the information. So the only problem was that county only goes back so many years of like Google satellite images, like looking at the actual property. So there's a website called historical aerials. Let's see here. Let's see. My spelling is great. Don't worry about it. Okay. So so this is a free website. It's great. It's free. It does have a watermark on it, but who cares? Don't look at watermarks. I don't need watermarks. I just need to know what was on that property. And like you can go all the way back to 1950. So in this property, it was a vacant lot inside of a subdivision. So to me, if it's inside of a subdivision, it's a vacant lot, and it's flat. Why hasn't there ever been a house on it? So before I bought it, I did research. This is called due diligence. You're doing your due diligence. So in this due diligence, I go, okay, well, let me find the property here. So I put in the property, and it gives you this option of multiple years that you can go back to and look at the property. So if I go to present day, or it's 2022, it's not. So if I zoom in to where that property is, you can see it's right here. See how it's like dirt, and it's weird because like on the GIS, it'll actually have the lines and show you where the parcel is, and the parcel number, every parcel. So every property where a house is, the land has a parcel number, similar to a social security number for people. But property has what's called parcel numbers, and it stays with the parcel. Even if the house is torn down, it still has a parcel number, so it keeps track of everything. So I looked up the parcel number in the GIS, and it looked like this. I can't tell if there was a house there or not. But in historical aerials, you can go all the way back to, I just said, well, let's go back to 2006. Let's go back to the Wayback Machine. Go to 2006. Oh, look, right here is a little white rectangle right there. Look at that. So then you go 2008. Yep, there's a house right there. There is a house. So when I say hidden gem, so we got the property for $17,500, but that's including a well and a septic tank, both which costs almost the amount of the property that I'm buying. So that if you got a vacant piece of land and you needed it cleared, you needed a well and you needed a septic tank, that's $18,000-$20,000 right there. So the land itself came with this. And so just know when you're looking at a vacant piece of land, it's not just always dirt, not just always vacant dirt. There could be hidden potentials there. So if you use the historical aerials, then you know actually what was actually there. And then, like, if I go back to 1956, which is kind of funny, if you go back to 1956, it's just fields. Let me see if it'll look. It's, well, trees. It's just all like a big forest. So I noticed back in 2012, if we go to 2012, it's gone. So somewhere from between 2006 to 2000, I think it's 10. I think it's where, yeah, from 2006 to 2010, there was a home on there. And for some reason, it's gone. So, but the cool thing is, most of that lot, it was already cleared. It just needed to be bush hogged or whatever. So then we bought the property, and we put this home on it. And it's a nice home. I mean, so it cost us $110,000 for the home, and then we got the brick foundation and the footers put on, but all of it cost $110,000. Where can you get a brand new home for $110,000? 1,600 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. So, yeah. So it had an island. It came with appliances. It didn't come with washer and dryer, but it did come with a stove and dishwasher and refrigerator. So, 2 garden tubs, well, 2 bathtubs and 2 showers, or a shower, garden tub, and a bathtub. So I'll put it that way. Anyway, so then we sold it for $228,000. So there was some miscellaneous cost in there. We learned a lot, and so I just wanted to tell you that. So if you're finding a piece of land and you're able to find, you're able to find a builder, or you're able to find someone that you can partner with and be able to get this done, people that trust you, get into the community, get people that actually trust you and follow you and look at what you do, they will put up money to help you and help themselves too, because they actually made money on this deal. So that's how I did it, from having no money down on this deal. Now, all I can say is follow my course, sign up for my course, follow it, follow me, reach out to me. I'm open, to answering questions or anything like that. So follow me next time. I'll be posting some really good content. So stay tuned.